All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at 6.1, which is solving inequalities using addition and subtraction. On a number line, the graph of an inequality in one variable is the set of points that represent all solutions of inequality. To graph an inequality in one variable, use an open circle for greater than or less than, and a closed circle for less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Equivalent inequalities are inequalities that have the same solution. Okay, so we're looking at example 1. And when I say graph inequalities for at least this section, we're just doing it on a number line. So everybody's got this pretty number line in front of them. And it's got a bunch of little dashes. So you get to choose what numbers go in. We've got x is greater than or equal to 1. So I'm going to label these. I'm going to stick 1 in the middle, and then I'm going to have some numbers that are less than it and some numbers that are greater than it. Anybody have any questions about setting up your number line? Okay, it says x is greater than or equal to 1. So I'm going to put my circle over what number?
1.
1. Okay, now here's the test. Is it an open circle or a closed circle? It is closed, and you know it is closed because it's underlined.
Oh, hold on. If it got the line up under, that means you put the circle over.
If it's the line up under it, you fill in the circle. If there's no line under it, you leave it open. Okay? Now, it shows you what direction it goes in. X is greater than 1. Is 2 greater than 1?
Yeah.
So we point the arrow towards the numbers that it's bigger than. Okay? Pretty simple so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try another one. We've got x is less than 1. We've got our number line. I'm going to again stick 1 in the middle, have a few numbers that are smaller than it, and a few numbers that are bigger than it. Okay? So, yes, Mark, you want to tell me where to put my circle?
You got to put it over the 1.
Okay, is it open or closed?
It is open.
Because it's not underlined. Good.
And then you go to the left.
And then I point it to the left. Very nice. Because x is less than 1, and numbers less than 1 are like 0 and negative 1. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at example number 2.
So this one would be like x equals 1 with the little line.
Hold on, let me draw it again. And then we'll talk about it. Okay, so you already have your drawings in yours. Well, let me draw it on mine, and Mark's trying to jump the gun and tell us the answer already. So we've got a number line. It's -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. It's got an open circle over 1, and the arrow is pointing to the right. So first, you can use any letter you want. I'm going to use X. And I know it has something to do with 1, because the circle's over 1. Now, is it pointing to numbers greater than 1 or less than 1?
Greater.
So X has to be greater than 1. So which way should the alligator be eating? The what?
This way.
It should be eating the X.
That way. Okay.
Now, here's my question. Is the circle open or closed?
It's open.
So it's no underlines. Why don't we try the next one on our own? We've got this lovely number line. We've got 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Closed circle over 12, and it's pointing this way. So you should be able to answer this one on your own. Everybody should be trying.
All right, here.
What is it over?
You wrote down the problem.
Huh?
I think you wrote down the problem wrong.
You did?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. You just don't know
No.
how to do it.
This is for B. That's good. I'm on B.
This boy
I'm
on.
on B for number 2. Okay. So, for example 2, who wants to tell me what the answer is? Yes, Tyler. X is greater than or equal to 12. We knew it was greater than because it's pointing to numbers that are bigger than it. We know it's equal to because it's filled in, so we have to underline. All right, now we're going to solve some. So we've got x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 11. How am I going to get x by itself?
Ooh.
Mark, you want to try?
You get it by itself. You gotta add.
What's the opposite of adding?
You gotta subtract x from 11. 6 from 11.
So we get x is greater than or equal to 5. And I'm going to make my number line. I'm going to have numbers that are bigger and numbers that are smaller. And where am I going to put my circle?
You're going to put it over 5. You're going to color it in.
Okay. And x is greater.
Then you go to the right. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I just want to say.
Okay, let's try the back. Let's look at example 4. X minus 3 is less than 9. Please raise your hand if you want to tell me what to do. Please raise your hand. Alexis. Add 3 to both sides. Perfect. And we're going to get x is less than 12. I'm going to make my number line. I've got 11, 12, 13. What is it going to be, guys? Open or closed circle?
It's going to be open. Well, yeah, open.
Because it's not underlined, and x is less than it, so I point towards numbers that are less. Thumbs up if you feel pretty confident about this section. Thumbs down if you don't. Thumbs sideways if you're not sure.
Ooh.
Okay, let's try one more.
I might get an A on this test.
Let's try one more. How about x plus 5 is greater than 3? Alright, everybody write this down at the bottom. You got plenty of room at the bottom of that sheet. I want you to try to solve this one on your own. X plus 5 is greater than 3. How would you get x by itself, and then how would you bracket?
Greater than 3.
Good, I see a lot of good answers. I saw almost everybody do minus 5, and we get x is greater than negative 2. And then people drew their number line. Got negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, maybe a 0 in there just to make sure. Everybody I looked at had an open circle, and x is greater than negative 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to